Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
गाड़ी आपकी
Huh? कितना पड़ेगा?
वो रखिए ना आपने
हाँ जी, सर.
थैंक यू मैम At the same time, Dr. Mohammed said, the alignment of DNA is very important. You may come from a different background, you may come from a different situation, but when you enter into an organization where there's a common vision, common goal, common thinking, and common horizon of driving your business, it's very important at that point of time to look at your attitudes, adaptability, alignment, as well as assertiveness, not aggressiveness. Because as a leader, somewhere you need to think that you need to be assertive. Because when Dr. Bedi was talking about, when she went to the jail, and at that point of time, there were things which were going different, she showed not aggressiveness, assertiveness. So therefore, as a leader, when you're working your business formulas, there will be situations where there is need to be agile, aligned, adaptable. Having said that, there are two important factors which make us to think about it. And we talk about ownership, responsibility, and accountability. Look at any leader around the world. Leave aside political leader. Let's talk about social leadership. Let's talk about corporate leadership. Think about any corporate leader who has been successful. Don't think about Elon Musk today. He is not a great leader, okay? Because his leadership qualities are question mark. He may be a successful businessman. Can you show that video? When business grows by 100 crores, show the video. When the business grows by 100 crores, and when the business grows by turnover and numbers and business formula, or the turnover. The leadership is not turnover. Leadership is not. Numbers are important. Business is important.
There is a big difference between growth, progress, and success. If you increase the turnover of your company from 50
There's a difference between growth, progress, and success. Listen to now.
crores to 100, from 100 to 500 crores, it is called growth. It is not success. Let me redefine you the definition of success. Increasing your materialistic possessions in all ways is your growth. That growth, if it is aided by ethics, ethic means discipline, means honesty, means norms, it is called progress.
Progress.
So growth plus ethics is progress. And that progress plus humanity, morality, and spirituality is called success.
If you increase your turnover from 10 crores, 50 crores, 100 crores, to 200 crores, is what? Progress. But in case you want to be successful under the DNA of leadership, in case it is added by humility, spirituality, then only success. Hey, leaders, understand the difference. But in order to deliver this business of a DNA of leadership, you need to have ownership, you need to have accountability, you need to have responsibility. So I am putting forward Dr. Manisha Bose along with Achan In, who are going to be sharing with you how important ownership is in our day-to-day lives. Any level of leadership. Please don't think that I am not a business head. I am only financial controller. Please don't think that I am not a business head. I am only supply chain head. Please don't think that each and every role in the organization is a business role. Even if you are an HR head, or a supply chain head, or a finance head, or a factory head, it is business. Anything connected to your life is related to business. Is related to growth, is related to success, is related to numbers. But are you in that framework of SOPs? Are you in that framework of humility, spirituality? Are you with that value system and with that discipline? What kind of accountability? I am not accountable for this. I am responsible. What is the difference between responsibility and accountability? Once they are through from an ownership, accountability and responsibility, then I will take you through 3 eyes of Buddha. And that will give you a sense of alignment of the thought process of the area of leadership. Here we go.
Here for knowledge sharing. So we come together, we're doing similar things, we come with that experience, and we also come individually. So individually he has some skills, individually he's also acquired some skills, and individually I have some experience. You may agree, you may disagree, you may learn from us, but it's up to you to analyze our experiences. So what I say may not be, well contextualized in your industry. And as I think Ashirvad, you said that when leadership is not only in an organization, it's at home. I'm leading in a classroom. I'm teaching graduates, and I deal with students from 7 different countries in my classroom. That leadership is very different from what I led in India, teaching the Management Institute. So every time as a leader, you're there to inspire. Otherwise, what is leadership? Leadership will nothing without you inspiring. So slowly we are going to touch on many things, and I'll say something, these two can add value, they will say something, I'll add value, you add value. We are not here in a position that we know everything, no. We are all learning, and in this small group, we are all free to exchange knowledge and add more value to each other. Now, ownership, optimizing others' potential, wisdom sharing, nurturing performance, engaging and energizing, responsibility and accountability, synergy and synchronize, harmony, adaptability, inclusivity, passion and perseverance. This is the definition of ownership. We will in a short way, go through each one of them. Harsh, can you change the slide, please? Everyone has potential. There is nobody in the world who doesn't have potential. The art is recognizing that potential. So as of today, most of you are here because your organizations recognize your potential and you are here. I'm given a platform so I can share my knowledge because I must be having some potential. So everyone has potential. As a team leader, it is your duty to recognize that potential and give that opportunity.
And I would like to add, it is your opportunity at that point of time to enhance the potential of your subordinate. Now look at your subordinate. You may have a subordinate where you feel that he doesn't have a potential, she doesn't have a potential. No way. Once you start empowering, once you start trusting, once you start working with that person, you will see miracles can happen. The guys can give you a performance which you must have not even thought about. The performance from the person, the capability of the person has not even been exposed because he has the potential, but we did not use potential. That's where she is saying, give opportunity.
Give opportunity, take opportunity. It's both ways. And suppose you select a team, very strategically you need to place people. अच्छा ये अच्छा बोलता है जो आप सबने किया है. ये today when you were doing, you strategically placed people who are doing well. In your team also you should do. You also have to be a risk taker at that, because you know what a person you feel may not be a month down the line. You may realize ठीक है वो potential इसमें नहीं, कोई बात नहीं, but इसमें आपको कुछ और potential दिख गया होगा तब तक उन एक महीने में, आप उसको वहाँ पे डालिए. So this potential giving, optimizing potential is the biggest art of leadership, which you will slowly develop. There is something called intuition. You have a teacher, you've heard of women's intuition, right? You've not heard of men's intuition, women's intuition. So in same way, there is a leader's intuition, like there is a teacher's intuition. Today, when I see a project, I exactly know ये student का काम नहीं है in the homework, because its vocabulary and everything is very different. So in this way, you have to take the lead in giving potential. Would you like to add something?
I think that's it. You know, recognizing the potential can be a challenge, and recognizing the potential is the job of the leader. You have to be able to do it.
And when you recognize the potential, the vision, the goal you need to set, and everybody should follow that same goal. Harsh, could you change the slide? Experience how to use it. Lot of times, now whatever I'm talking today is also coming from a space where I have taken sessions where teammates have said something about their leader, the leader has said something about their teammates, and you're like coming all together. But let's say, for example, I work for a company. They give the diagnostic that this is what is not happening in our team. The team leaders give us diagnostic that yes, this is not what the leader does, and this is what he should do. There are leaders who are not very sharing when it comes to their wisdom. There can be two things. Either they are insecure or they don't trust that, okay, I'll tell them everything, maybe they won't do, let me do it. Wisdom sharing is extremely important for growth. Now, a person as a leader constantly have wisdom sharing sessions where you call, even if there is no problem, talk about whatever your field is, market trends. It used to happen like that. Tell your success story. Yeah, ये ऐसे होता था. अब market change हो रही है, तो आप ये ढूंढिए. Then within the organization, bring somebody to talk to your teammates who can again share wisdom. Share wisdom one-on-one also. If you find somebody weak in your team, share that wisdom. Try to get people from outside to share their wisdom. This is the way you are going to parallelly grow, and don't hold back. This is a thing which we have seen very often in the leaders where they just hold back. Just give it out there, because when you give it, you get amazing solutions. Harsh, would you change the slide? When you think of nurturer,
May I add a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. You know, I'm going to give you a forward mantra, and this will go a long way. Because part of the responsibility of the leader is to create
Leaders.
And how do you create leaders? When they come to you, they'll come with the, I've got this problem, I've got that, I've got this. So the forward mantra is, what do you think? What do you think? Keep on asking these questions so that it will stimulate within the people who come to you to think and to give you solutions. And then you can, together with him, develop the right solutions. And that's how you nurture performance, and that's how you create the leader to take your place. Now remember, when the leader is taking your place, you are going higher. Always keep that in mind. Don't be threatened. So the forward mantra is, what do you think?
And I would like to add here, when you think, you have to turn those thinking, the thoughts, into things. You got a thought, but how do you turn? Turn thought thoughts into things. The moment you have a thought, you have to put it on the ground. And for putting it on the ground, you need to act. When you take actions, you may fail. You may not get success in the first place. You will stumble. You will have issues. You will have challenges. But then when you fall, to fall is not a failure when you do not get up again. The moment you get up again, no failure. Unfortunately, in life, when you are thinking and you are turning your thoughts into things with action, you are bound to fail. At that point of time, when you fall, in case you fall, you remain there only, that means nothing will happen. But the moment you get up and go, you will turn your thoughts into things by action. And action will give certain reactions which will cut your bottlenecks into newer opportunities. You will think now differently, how do I do it? And I always talk about this. Can you give me a black pen? Plan, do, check, and act. I'm turning thoughts into things. You start doing it. When you start doing it, and that is where the check system takes place. You check whether I am going right or wrong, and you change the gears. When you check, you again act. When you act, you are already at the top of your performance. And the cycle will keep moving again and again, again and again, again and again, again and again, again and again. Give me another passion. A person who is passionate, who is Pagalpan, power of Pagalpan, only will plan. Otherwise you cannot plan. So you have to have a passionate leadership quality. And when you do, a person who is dedicated to the cause, to the mission, will only start doing it. And the person who is committed, whose level of commitment is very high, will start checking whether I am going right or wrong. And the person whose attitude is high will start acting.
Dedication, commitment is almost same thing. I was different basic.
Yeah, dedication, no, very good point.
Dedication, persistently you are doing it.
And commitment?
Reach the goal.
Sorry?
Reach the goal or achieve the goal.
Commitment is whatever happens to my life, I am going to reach to the goal. I am a dedicated friend of yours. I will have a dinner with you tonight. I will have a dinner with you tonight. Right? Now see my next statement. I am committed. Now dedication is, I will have a dinner tonight with you. I dedicate it to a company. We keep our dedication levels high. But when we change our dedication to the commitment levels, and it is only possible, when you get me a red marker somewhere, it's only possible, and I'm using this word, or we have a vision, or we have a vision. Am I right? Which will be going? I talked about PDCA. I talked about passion, dedication, commitment, and attitude. It can never be possible with what I am writing now. Most of you are professionals working in organizations, you are salary paid, am I right? There is no businessman here, except he is a businessman here. He's a businessman here. She's also salary paid. You're all salary paid professionals. Why I'm putting in your mind this? Because I talked to you about business manager role. Social. I'm giving you time to think because she's talking about nurturing performance. Nurturing performance is possible only by blood, sweat, and tears. And I'm not talking only about businessman as an entrepreneur. I'm talking about you as a professional now. What is blood, sweat, and tears? Why am I talking blood, sweat, and tears? The more you go to the execution, the more you are into blood. You are sweating. Sometimes you have even tears. You are mad about it. And the more blood, the more sweat, the more tears, you need to have something with you. And that I write as a base. Hunger. Hunger for what? Hunger for what?
Excellence.
Hunger for excellence. Hunger for delivery. Hunger for performance. Hunger for commitment. Hunger for dedication. Hunger for achieving that mission, vision, goal. Because when you want to nurture the performance and you are on a mission to achieve the goal, you will go through blood. You will go through sweat. You will go through tears. Don't worry. It is part of your life. It is part of your journey. It is part of your excellence. The more blood, sweat, and tears you have, the better excellence result you will get. But for that, you need a hunger. And hunger means what? You need pagalpan. You need passion. And in case you are not passionate, you don't have a hunger, you will not be able to achieve. So nurturing performance is combination of blood, sweat,
Tears.
and every business manager goes through this at any time, am I right? When the boss is screaming at you at numbers, or the customer is screaming you at the bad quality of the product or non-delivery of the equipment or whatever product or you do, you're shivering. That is where your continuous nurturing of performance will lead to you to excellence. That is what nurturing performance. Yes, sir.
Yes. I think when you talk about hunger, I think it's important to underline what all around, not only in India, all around the world. They forget about honesty, ethics, and moral. So we need to keep that in mind. Okay? I just want to add that
Beautiful.
because it's important.
Beautiful. Again, I will go to my POCs. Power of power of positivity, power of perseverance, power of persistence, power of performance, power of penetration, power of partnership, and power of creating that positivity across with power of pride. आप स्टार तभी बनोगे जब आपने डिलीवर किया होगा. अगर आप डिलीवरी नहीं करोगे, आप स्टार नहीं बन पाओगे. Carry on.
Okay, now before I go to nurturing, I will, he made a right point that dedication and commitment are synonyms and they can be used as synonyms. But just there is a very slight difference which I think he explained the other things but left that out. So when you are, I'm committed to my marriage. I've been married for 25 years, right? To keep that marriage commitment, I have been dedicated. शादी हो गई, ओके ठीक है, मैं कमिटेड टू डिवोर्स नहीं दे रही हूँ, लेकिन मैं खाना बना रही हूँ, टाइम पे दे रही हूँ, बच्चे ठीक से संभाल रही हूँ, हस्बैंड शांति से ऑफिस जा रहा है, वो डेडिकेशन होता है. तो आप अपनी कमिटमेंट पूरी तभी कर पाएंगे जब आप डेडिकेटेड हो. So it is one and the same thing, but one leads to the other. So this is the small difference. Even in my role as a leader, till 3-4 years ago, I didn't realize that I had the potential to be a good leader. Now that I'm leading so many things back in Thailand, I never realized it. But that leadership role comes from all of us as we are committed parents. So even the fatherly feeling comes from a very feminist-centered heart of a man, from which heart the bhakti comes, right? So when we are talking about as a leader, we become nurturer. And that's where we become mentors. आपके टीम में बहुत टाइप के लोग होंगे, सबकी बहुत अवगुण गुण होंगे, आपको उसको ठीक से बैलेंस करते हुए चलना है. बहुत इजी होता है नहीं, वो भी मुश्किल होता है अपने गुण अवगुण मैनेज करना, लेकिन किसी और के गुण अवगुण मैनेज करना इट्स नॉट एज सिंपल. मैं यहाँ बैठ के बहुत कुछ बोल दूंगी. आई विल डील विद मोर ऑन दिस व्हेन वी डू इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस. सो that is what is the role of a nurturer. मम्मी प्यार भी करती थी और थप्पड़ भी मारती थी, right? So that is what a nurturer, a leader has to do. Has to be firm at the same time loving. Like I do come across as a very strong woman, firm woman, because it's not that I am rude, but most men are not used to a woman saying no, I don't agree with this. Trust me, this is true. So, or even another woman who will, if you are, like I'm heading a organization, We Women Network, I'm the founder of it. There are so many times my advisory boards are women who are from different cultural countries. One is an American, one is a Thai, one is a European. While I'm nurturing them, giving them that freedom, but there are things कि मेरे vision से वो अलग कुछ जाएंगे, I will take a firm stand and tell them. So in the beginning, it's all okay. But when it goes on, how they take it and how I put across it. So as a nurturer in leadership, you have to be both, pull and push. Be there, and biggest thing a nurturer should do is make his team independent. हर वक्त वो आत्मनिर्भरता की हम बात करते हैं, तो पहले आप वहाँ से शुरू. हम बच्चों को नहीं आत्मनिर्भर बनाते हैं कि अपनी पॉटी अब साफ करना शुरू कर दो, बहुत हमने कर लिया. Same way, teach your teammates to clean their mess. You don't always clean, even if you can clean for them. No, you solve it. You go and do it. I'm there. If you fall, I'm there. But you do it. So for me, the sweat, blood and tears will come. But first it will come for me. Because I'm the nurturer. जब बच्चा गिरता भी है ना, जब वो चलना शुरू करता है, दुख माँ को होता है. She feels more hurt than the child has fallen. She sees as her failure. But as a team leader, that's where you have to do. Give them that space as a nurturer. Hold their hand, and sometimes you have to leave them alone. कि जाओ करो. Right? Only then there will be this Diwanika. So I get very excited when I get it. Okay. Now, engage and energize. Leadership is not about I'm the boss. वो ज़माना गया. वो अगर था, मैंने तो वो ज़माना नहीं देखा था. But you cannot be aloof. The more you will engage, the better you will understand your team, and the better you will come up with solutions. अगर आप उनको समझ ही नहीं रहे, अगर मैं इस टीम में आज बैठूं, मैं इनमें से किसी को जानूं ही नहीं, तो मैं विजन तक कैसे पहुंचूंगी? क्योंकि इनके बिना मैं पहुंच ही नहीं सकती हूँ अपने विजन तक. सो जितना अच्छा हम एक दूसरे के साथ, और ये जो हम एनर्जी की बात करते हैं ना, मतलब मिस्टर बख्शी में कितनी एनर्जी है, लेकिन वो मुझे आधा किलो नहीं दे सकते हैं. मेरी ऊर्जा मुझसे आनी है, मिस्टर बख्शी से नहीं आनी है. So the more you will engage, आप अपनी पूरी टीम को एनर्जाइज कर देंगे क्योंकि आप इनको समझेंगे. जहाँ this is what I feel, it's all about human relationship. आप जितने सरलता से अपने रिलेशनशिप संभालेंगे अपनी टीम में, उतना बढ़िया रिलेशनशिप होता चला जाएगा. So it's about not about me, it's about we. My name of my organization I'm leading is We Women Network. Though I'm the founder, but it is not about me. Keeping women ahead, giving them the chance to lead. So once a month there are, and it's total a non-commercial organization. हर वक्त एक औरत लीड करती है जो उसकी skills होते हैं, and other women, we women as expats, हमारी अलग problems होती हैं. So India, there are so many highly educated women there, very talented. One of them will lead and others will listen. And there will be poster on social media, it will be she there, not me, because it's all about we. This is something that a leader has to be very attentive to. I'll give you an example. There is a very, very big company, which I can't name companies, okay? This is an American company. There was this whole thing that the president is coming. नया president आ रही है. जो नई president आ रही है, वो कोई बहुत top notch fashion designing house से आ रही थी. तो 3 हफ्ते तक खूब जम के लोगों ने तैयारियां किया. They really worked hard that she'll ask something, numbers होने चाहिए, their achievement should be given. The whole team was very, very driven. And this happened for 3 weeks. This president comes in and the leader, the team leader, she introduced the team members and she only kept talking about herself. I. And the others who were prepared barely got a chance to even talk. She asked a question to 1 or 2 of them, and on top of that, this leader, this is again a fashion brand, she also mentioned that, in my team, there are 2-3 old people, so the energy is not as much. वो अपनी टीम की इस तरह, so I'm the one who gives the energy. It was all about herself. So when I got this complaint, I just said to one of the members, just hold on, hang on. If you as team members have noticed, तो वो president बेवकूफ नहीं है, उसने भी ये notice किया होगा. After a month, there was a session, how to be a good team leader, where this was a point which was focused. That when you talk, today if they are my team and I start praising each one of them, I am the winner. I have led them. They have not led me, I have led them. और हम अपने मिशन तक पहुंच गए. क्योंकि जैसे ये हम चांद पे एक आदमी की वजह से नहीं पहुंचे, सबकी वजह से, और पूरे देश ने हर एक साइंटिस्ट के लिए तालियां बजाया. So it's not about one person. Yes, the leader will automatically get the credit if the mission is successful. Don't live with that insecurity. अगर आपकी टीम के बारे में लोग बोलें, आपसे पूछें, सबकी तारीफ कीजिए. इससे आप अच्छे लगेंगे, आपकी टीम अच्छी लगेगी. So this is, and you will energize your team. अगर इस लेडी ने उन सब की तारीफ की होती, मैंने कहा ना ऊर्जा अंदर से आती है, हम उनकी 3 किलो एनर्जी नहीं ले सकते हैं, हमें अपनी एनर्जी उत्पन्न करनी होगी. वो इसी से उत्पन्न हो. डेडिकेटेडली यू डू कि चलो 10 मिनट का टास्क है, लेकिन मैंने आधे घंटे लगा दिए, मुझसे नहीं हो रहा था, मैं बैठ के एंड तक मैंने किया, because it is going to add value to the mission. That is accountability. So there is very little difference, but a leader who is accountable is going to be successful. Responsibilities तो सब निभा रहे हैं, watchman भी निभा रहे हैं, है ना? तो this is the difference between accountability and responsibility, and I think Mr. Bakshi wants to add a lot here, especially on accountability.
What she is talking about is responsibility. There are many people whose role talks about what they need to deliver. But there are very few people who, irrespective of not having given responsibility, become accountable for things which probably they did not even thought about. Why I'm making so much of difference between responsibility and accountability is that you have a job description and that JD is given to you, and you have these 5 things, 6 things to be done as your responsibility, and you are being paid for it. And day in and day out, you are doing that. But when a crisis comes, at that situation, what do you do to ensure that irrespective of all odds, you become someone who shows much brighter accountability? Not everybody can do it. I am giving you a very simple example, and which is coming here. And see this, and we can discuss this video. Look at this video. And you will see there are people who are responsible, do not even think about that they are responsible. But there's somebody who is not responsible, takes over the accountability and moves forward in a very different way. Are you ready?
So the leader is anyway accountable, right? If I am a leader and I have 5 subordinates, if they had made some mistake, they are responsible, but I am accountable.
Absolutely. But however, having said that, you may be accountable, but do you take that accountability, that ownership of delivering at a stage when things go wrong? Or you also back out? I will just give you my own example. In myself, a French guy, we have another co-professor who also comes normally. The 3 of us are at a place away from Bangkok, at Surat Thani, I think, and a group from Laos is coming to us. We 3 facilitators took the flight from Bangkok to reach that place. That people are coming, and we sent one American guy, he was part of my team, his name was Kevin, and a Thai girl, one day in advance to take care of everything. When we reached that beautiful 7-star property, and we were just having breakfast, and within 15 minutes we saw there's a huge amount of problem at the reception. So I told him, I said, what happened? There's something going on wrong here. So these 60 people who came, it was messed up. The reception could not manage their check-in. In myself and PA, we left breakfast and we had flown from Bangkok, about 2 hours flight we had. And we saw there's a commotion. I said, where is Kevin? And Kevin had run away because he could not manage this. So what did in and we do it? We immediately got hold of the general manager. He said, these people have to check in. What happened? Why is so much of problem? Because we have got, they are our guests. Finally, in and we decided that every person who is checking in will go to the lobby to have a breakfast, and we told them, we will pay for your breakfast. And we set up 3 tables in the meanwhile and got everything. They had breakfast, everybody started checking in. While checking process was getting finalized, I saw Kevin coming in. I said, Kevin, where were you? He said, oh, there was so much a problem. I said, you came last night, no arrangement made. He said, what could I do? I said, what did we do? He said, what? I said, see, most of the people have checked in already. It was my own accountability as a leader. I had to ensure even if I have to pay more, but my customers should be happy. And I did not pay full bill. The hotel paid 50%, we paid 50%. I made everybody pay. It was assignment. And this guy, Kevin, an American guy, he was working for us for nearly 2 years. Immediately, same evening, I said, you're fired. Take the next flight back to Bangkok. No need to come to office from tomorrow. And aggressive decision I took on the spot. Alright? We fired him in exclusive. And he went to that place one day in advance along with the Thai girl. I don't know what he was doing, frankly speaking, and I had to fire him. I had to take the accountability to ensure this. So I am showing a similar example of an accountability right now. Look at this. Start. The tree has fallen down. Tree has fallen down on the road.
सर आपके लिए उस पार कार का इंतजाम किया है सर।
किसने दिया? He's responsible.
I hate this story. कुछ करो ना।
मैं वहाँ जाके क्या उखाड़ लूँगा?
मैं क्या होता? He's also responsible.
कैसी जाने बूंद आई, जाने कैसा दर्द लाई, सामने क्या है ये तेरे, क्यों रुका है तू बता दे।
He is not responsible.
कौन तुझको पार लेगा, कौन होगा वो मसीहा, जिसे तू ढूंढता
They are not responsible.
तू वही तुझमें तेरा रास्ता है, तुझमें तेरा है सहारा, तू ही तुझको पार लेगा, तू ही है तेरा किनारा। तुझमें तेरा रास्ता है, तुझमें तेरा है सहारा, तू ही तुझको पार लेगा, तू ही है तेरा किनारा।
Responsible. Share with you that when we take a job in hand and we have a responsibility to deliver, frankly speaking, we are not always thinking about own accountability. We pass on the buck, we watch things are going wrong, and we move away from that place. I gave the example of my own company, Global Talent Company, and Kevin. 2 years he worked with me as an American, he was my employee. I sacked him at once. Because my 60 people from Laos had this issue. At once. I said, you are sacked, take it right back. Here I am showing you a person who has no accountability, who has no responsibility of this. He saw what is going on. He saw a politician. He saw others, मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ? He saw police सो रहा है, ट्री पड़ गया सड़क पे. One boy took responsibility and accountability as his personal challenge. Though he had no strength, please understand, again I am coming to it. He had no strength to push that tree. But what did he do?
Initiative.
He took an initiative, and along with him, others started coming. And they moved the tree out. His obligation to answer for one's own action. This is his. Am I right?
Can I just
Yeah,
add?
please add.
Now, I
So
want to give you
here
an
the-
example of Mr. Bakshi. I have known him only for 2 years, little over 2 years. So when I first met him, he did come across as an extremely dominating person. But in these 2 years, while working with him on various projects, I realized he's very democratic and his sense of accountability is par excellence. Now, since I'm the chapter head also of hashtag Women Power Global Movement, he entrusted a responsibility on me and on two others. We were going to screen Kashmir Files after Kashmir Files had become a huge hit and success in India.
No, not India.
No, abroad? No. It had was a success, and there he had taken the commitment from Vivek and Pallavi that they will.
But I was in US that time when I started.
Yes, but I'm talking about Thailand. And when we decided, and Sir was here. So in Thailand, it was me and two other people who were organizing, and he would be coming down later. Now, there were so many problems we were facing there, especially, again, Thailand is a very neutral country. There was propaganda about this movie. Pakistani embassy got involved. And you know, I was so new to all this that I kind of started to panic, and the other two said, "Arey, ye to hoga hi nahi, ye hoga nahi." He took the flight, whole night he traveled. Early morning, he sat there, met the journalist, because Thai journalists exactly wanted to know what has happened and is it something between the two countries, and we were getting dhamkis. No theatre were ready to give us, you know, the theatre for showing the movie. Here Vivek and Pallavi were to come. He single-handedly, I think he didn't rest for 2 days, he was at it, talking to the embassy, talking and explaining the journalist in spite of linguistic barrier, because there his Thai is okay but not that okay to explain these things. He took a man with him, sat him down, or ensured it's translated. I mean, his dedication of accountability, I don't think I've even shared this with you. I really in my heart saluted him. I don't tell him very often because he knows himself and he doesn't need to be told. That's the sense. And then we screened the movie. It was a huge hit. He did amazing programs. We interviewed Vivek and Pallavi, and it was so amazing. So he and his wife,
Prime Minister of Thailand gave us the security. The foreign minister of this country spoke to me personally. He said India is much bigger than Thailand, and we changed the gears within 48 hours. That was a commitment and accountability which he talked about. But we started from US. I was in US when I started giving them the thing, and then I came to India and we showed in India how we made it possible. That was something which was very painful for me personally. But God was with us. That even Shankar, what's his name? Jai Shankar, spoke to me personally, and we got Prime Minister of Thailand to give us the permission, and we got even the security forward and backward for Vivek and Pallavi Joshi. And she was involved.
Yeah, it was amazing, and I saw him so dedicated. So this is what about, it was intrinsic, and his wife had both knee replacement, so he settled her and he was alone taking care of her. He came there, sorted, screened, rushed back. So this is an example, and I think so when he just talks about it, he's not merely talking, he practices it. So this is what I wanted to share with you. Next slide. When it comes to synergy and synchronized, again Mr. Bakshi is amazing at it. Synergy focuses on collaboration, and synchronization is talmel, है ना? तबला इस लय और ताल से मैच हो सरोद के साथ. He's into music. So this synchronization and this alignment as a leader, you have to find. It is in your hand not just to have the synergy, but to ensure how you can synergize it and synchronize it. So sir, you would like to give some example on synchronization?
Acharya, on the synergy and synchronizing is that when we have programs in Thailand, and this is a big challenge in Thailand. How is the challenge? The crowd still with us is all Thai, and they don't understand English much. Now, a person like me, of course, 18 years, fine, but I am not learned Thai. I have learned Thai with me, and we start doing the program. And I start speaking Bhasa Thai and Bhasa Angrit. I synchronize my communication with my body language. Kham chai na khap, okay na khap. Actually, it's a total dramatization of the body language, which ensures that there's a total communication understanding by my Thai people, even if I don't know 100%. And me and Achan in at PA, who is a French, he also is French Thai, we together in the well, इसको क्या बोलते हैं, orchestra इसको बोलते हैं. We actually play like an orchestra and people start enjoying this. So why I am using the word orchestra? DNA of leadership is orchestra. Everything when you work in a business formula has to be orchestrated. Even your plan, even your actions, even your issues and challenges have to be part of that orchestra. Because when others will listen to you, they should not get any message which is broken anywhere. It should be like an orchestra. So in the area of leadership, in the leadership traits, how do you orchestrate yourself? How do you present yourself? You just saw the presence of Dr. Kiran Bedi. How did she present? Very simple, very easy communication. And even when she was asked about the question, can we have a photograph? She just said, I'll come this side. And she did photograph for everything. Sharpness. Your role is to synergize and synchronize with your vendors, with your suppliers, with your customers, every time you are working with them. Am I right, sir? Anything you want to add?
No, I think you're doing a brilliant job.
I would like to add that when you're leading, especially as a leader, even if one of your member is not in sync, you are somewhere to be blamed. So, like for example, I lead classroom and I lead projects. There are Thai students, there are Chinese students, there are Korean students, there are students from Bhutan, there are students from Japan, from Singapore. I have to ensure when I'm doing group projects, firstly I discourage, as I discourage you all, same feathers don't flock together. Otherwise you never learn, you never grow more feathers. So when people from different nationalities are working, the synchronization gets even tougher. And today, this is also happening, MNCs, you're working with different, in India itself, there are so many different cultural groups. So keeping even cultural habits in mind is extremely important. Now, even as a teacher, I have to keep on reminding myself, they're not getting it. We also stereotype it. You also have to come out of stereotyping while doing the synchronization. When you're going to synchronize it, you may have to listen, observe and understand everyone. ये एक जो मैं sharpness की बात कर रही थी और मैं जो बात कर रही थी एक leader's intuition. ये leader's intuition आप में बहुत develop होगा. You need to chisel it. This will come with a lot of awareness. Okay. Next slide. Harsh, next slide. आप सबको नींद आ रही है थोड़ी. Okay. Now, I will talk in more detail about this aspect when I talk about emotional intelligence. I will just touch upon it. Now, adapt, align and lead. While a leader expects the team should adapt to him, you also have to adapt to your team. Because till you don't know your team well, you are a failure. It's not only about they knowing you, how you are going to react, what you are going to say. It's about you also knowing them. Utmost harmony mein kaam hota hai acha, right? So you have to always keep looking at how in this chaos you will establish harmony. We will touch again more on this when we do communication, because there you can come up with problems, and even in emotional intelligence we can, of course you have to lead with emotional intelligence. And that is what spiritual leadership is about, which I'm going to talk when we speak on communication. And work-home balance. आपका भी अगर work-home balance खराब है, तो भी काम अच्छा नहीं होगा. आपके teammates का भी खराब है, तो काम अच्छा नहीं होगा। आज जैसे किरण जी बार बार कह रही थी कि फोकस ऑन योर फैमिली, फैमिली की सपोर्ट बहुत ज़रूरी है, तो वो सिर्फ आपकी फैमिली की सपोर्ट ज़रूरी नहीं है, वो आपके टीममेट्स की भी फैमिली की सपोर्ट ज़रूरी है, और उनको भी आपको वही वैसे ही सोचना चाहिए कि यदि मैं इस पोजीशन में होती, इसकी वाइफ की डिलीवरी हुई है और मैं गुस्सा हो रही हूँ कि ये तो चला गया, तो मुझे भी सोचना चाहिए कि अगर मेरी वाइफ की डिलीवरी होती तो अगर मैं भी तो जाता ही ना। तो जब तक आप इस स्पेस से यू विल नॉट थिंक, you will not create harmony. This emotional intelligence should be chiseled in you, and I will talk more about it when we do emotional intelligence tomorrow. And everything is interconnected. The harmony will only come when you lead with emotional intelligence, and harmony will only come if you have a good work-home balance, not only for yourself, but for your team members.
Strike the F out. Strike out the F. What is left?
Life.
You know what? Life without F is a lie. And that's the truth.
Absolutely.
The question is, what is F?
Family.
What is F? Family. What else? Friendship. Correct? What else? Faith. Spiritual. What else?
Fraternity.
Fraternity.
What else?
Fun. F-U-N, fun. You need to have fun in life also. Not only outside of the workplace, but also in the workplace. Anything else? What did she say? Finance. You need to look at your balance. They are all very important. So these are, you have any flowers. Have the time to go to the park with your family, with your friends. Enjoy. Small is beautiful. Anything you like to add?
I'm not sure if it's the answer.
Please, why not? Why not?
Fear.
Yes.
Fear.
Fear. Overcome your fear.
Overcoming your fear.
Yes. Okay.
What else is it?
So, but we want to touch on the positive. So maybe not
Right.
fear. Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Well, I'll leave it up to you. But ladies and gentlemen, one more time. Life without F is a lie. And that's the truth. Dr. Manisha.
Next one. Now, lot of focus is being on inclusivity and diversity. Coming from India, we are coming from Mumbai, this inclusivity and diversity is a very high quotient in me. But I have still seen a lot of regionalism in office. अगर टीम बन रही है, अगर कोई मलयाली है तो हाँ उसको ले आओ, अच्छा मैं कश्मीरी पंडित हूँ तो मैं कश्मीरी पंडित टीम में होगा तो मैं और खुश होऊंगा. This is not really a good team. Go beyond this. Have a diverse team. The more diverse your team is, imagine different energy, ideas from different parts will be in your team. That is a good team. And it reflects, like I'm still working with a department where we had a team where our dean was Thai, our associate dean was from India, there was a dean from Burma, so we were all from Canada. We grew under them, we flourished under them, and because we got so much diversity and we learned so much. Now I think Mr. Bakshi and I think it was a year and a half ago, a company wanted us to have a program of women empowerment. So we were having discussion, giving modules. अब बहुत लोग आजकल चिढ़ जाते हैं, ये क्या है women empowerment? Women empowerment का ये मतलब नहीं कि नारे लगाना. Just give women also a space. They came to us with problem. I don't know Mr. Bakshi, he ended up venting out a problem that he was facing. He was very dark. Okay? And now men think it's all okay amongst each other. ठीक है, हम किसी लड़की को काली नहीं बोल, वो तो बोलते हैं पीठ पीछे काली है, मोटी है, ये है, वो है. But the whole group would call him Kalu. Kalu, okay? And he said, "Ma'am, मैं तो बचपन से सब मुझे बोलते आ रहे हैं." But एक बार हो गया, दो बार हो गया, हर बार, he had started feeling emotionally hurt, and he couldn't as a man show his pain to his group members. We don't realize sometimes that we are harming a diversity and somebody's pain we are, not realizing, even with our jokes and sarcasm. It is high time we are conscious, and sometimes I feel, there are people who are always criticizing the new generation and their values. I think they have better value. They are very conscious of these things, where they are not categorizing people. So, and those people saying out of fun, but he was very pained, and he actually spoke about it, and I could see that pain in him. तो कभी कभी आपके टीम में ऐसा अगर किसी को दर्द है, then you ensure that these things don't happen. Sometimes diversity means जरूरी नहीं कि सिर्फ foreigners रहे. Diversity मतलब diverse लोग साथ काम करें, और हम सब diverse हैं. As he said, DNA is different with each one of us. We three are very different people. We are taking one program, but you would have known we are very different people. Our approach is different, though we have synchronized ourselves so that we can work together as a whole. And we are giving mic to each other because it's not about me, he, or us. We are looking at the bigger picture, who can bring better experience sharing. That is diversity and inclusivity in terms of language and behavior. ये हमें कॉन्शियस, और मैंने एक चीज देखा है, जैसा लीडर होता है वैसे टीम होती है. आपकी टॉप लीडरशिप जैसी है, आपका पूरा एटीट्यूड वैसा होता है. I'll give you an example. A very big psychologist for my We Women network had come. So a doctor, there's a lady doctor there, she's from Denmark, and she's one of those very high-flying doctors. You can just see her coming, all Botoxed, hairdo, and she just sits in and asks a question that my staff is very rude to my customer. You know what the first thing that psychologist said? You must be very rude to them. सीधे उसने ये कहा, and whatever I have known of this lady, I thought she's so right. अगर आपके teammates दूसरों से, vendor से बुरा सलूक कर रहे हैं, तो कहीं आप अगर प्यार से बात कर रहे हैं, आप ठीक से सॉल्व कर रहे हैं, वो भी आगे वैसे होंगे. This is true. So how you behave as a leader. क्यों माँ बाप जैसे बदतमीज होते हैं तो बच्चा कहाँ से शरीफ निकलेगा, है ना? ये बहुत फैक्ट है. So many times there are some things where my son, I don't give bad words, but once my son was very young, students would stand up and talk about their country. They would be very apologetic कि हमारे country में लंबे buildings नहीं हैं, apologetic थे. हमारे country में Thailand जैसा नहीं है, उन्हें शर्म आती थी. But a Bhutanese pride के साथ कहता है, we don't have this development and there is happiness. I rather have less money and success, but I need to have harmony and happiness. मेरे सबसे दुखी बच्चे Chinese बच्चे होते हैं, सब पता है वो चाह रहे होते हैं. मेरे तो 23-24 साल के बच्चों को मैं पढ़ाती हूँ, कोई वापस नहीं जाना चाहता है, कोई वापस नहीं जाना चाहता है. और मेरे आधे जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं वो लुई विटॉन और प्राडा लेके आते हैं, क्योंकि वो बहुत अमीर चाइनीज कम्युनिज्म है, कहाँ पैसा खर्च करेंगे, वहाँ अलाउड नहीं है. वो वाले भी हैं और कुछ फार्मर के बच्चे भी हैं. Nobody between farmer children and a top-notch children, they don't need to go back to their country. तो आप बताइए ना, क्या ये जरूरी है? ऐसी सक्सेस का क्या फायदा है? फ्रीडम ही नहीं है, कम्युनिज्म उनको कहीं भी ले जाए. हमारे पास डेमोक्रेसी है, राइट? आई पर्सनली फील कि अगर वो उनका सक्सेस का मेथड है तो हमें वो मेथड नहीं चाहिए. हमारे
Just to add on what he's saying, the Chinese, we used to hear and we used to see they are the number one in Olympics, they are number one in Asian Games. But I have heard a story, and in fact in Hindu Times of India, the rigorous impersonation or the type of a training that has been given to, that is beyond our imagination. This is what I learned.
And I agree. मैंने बच्चों को breakdown होते देखा है. Chinese, और कुछ Chinese बच्चे हैं जिनके मुंह पे मुस्कुराहट ही नहीं है. आप कितना भी जोक करिए, they don't smile. They have come with mental issues. हमारे यूनिवर्सिटी में काउंसलर्स हैं. Mine is an international university. You know, now we have a Chinese person also there as a counselor. वो हमेशा he is full because these children go. They come. We have to be advisors. So every year I have to advise 12 students who are not my class students. And when you see a Chinese student, you know कि ये advising लंबी चलेगी, क्योंकि वो सच में बहुत दुखी हैं. और मुझे तो भी प्रोग्रेस के बाद इनके डीएनए में से दुख है, तो क्या फायदा उस प्रोग्रेस का? उन बच्चों का जो आज अपने माँ बाप से नफरत कर रहे हैं, जो वापस नहीं जाना चाहते हैं, they look for Thai girls to get married only to stay back in the country. That is the kind of unhappiness they have. So what is the point in that progress? तो वो, that's a very complicated country again. You see, you go to the outskirts of China. China, it's totally a different China, and the cities are totally a different, pura polish shine karke. So I think communism has more disparity than democracy. So any day it's better to be in a democratic setup than to be a communist, because it's a very mild kind of a dictatorship, right? And of course, yesterday we went to watch Vaccine War, and it was so traumatic to see, and what kind of havoc. You know, there are Chinese students telling me they are ashamed of being Chinese. So
now most of the colleagues have the answer seeking कि कोई मुस्कुराती हुई तस्वीर क्यों नहीं?
किसकी? किसकी? हाँ?
जिन सिपिंग
की मेरे बच्चे भी, स्टूडेंट्स भी, अगर कोई चाइनीज बच्चा हंस दे तो आई फील वेरी हैप्पी, यार मैंने कुछ तो अच्छा किया होगा, हंसने लगा है या हंसने लगी है. Actually, there was a girl, Wesley, in my class last semester. She had a palsy, half ऐसे थे उसके हाथ, एक हाथ ही नहीं था. वो रोज अपना खाना बना के खाती थी, यूनिवर्सिटी में रहती थी, चाइनीज थी. She said, I want to be independent. I don't want to go back to my country. वो अपनी जिंदगी यहाँ बनाना चाह रही है, थाईलैंड में. So I used to give her extra tuition, so she passes, she gets a job. मतलब tuition मतलब extra help, like there. So अगर तुम्हें इतना नफरत है अपने देश से और अपनी अपब्रिंगिंग से, तो यार वो सक्सेस का क्या फायदा है ना? तो इसीलिए मैं सही कह रही हूँ, मैं गलत नहीं कह रही हूँ. So yeah.
If I may, yeah, sure. Because from the year 2000, in fact, I was in China in 1984. 1984, and we were walking the footpath, and I had to go like that. You know why? Because there were spits all over, and I was avoiding it. That was how bad it is. That was in 1984. 1984, long time. 30 years plus. So I've been to Shanghai, Beijing, Shenzhen, you name it. My impression, though, is a little different. I think they are okay because we do workshop for many corporations within China on cross-cultural communication and collaboration. And they are working for multinational companies. There seems to be okay. That was my impression. But these kids, I feel, they would like to settle down in Thailand because there is no competition in Thailand. It's an easy prey. Everybody wants to come to Thailand because it's easy to earn money. That's part of the reason. So many of the Chinese parents are sending their kids to university so that maybe they can find a spouse, marry, and settle in Thailand. I get that impression, but I am away from the university now, Assumption University, and when I was
Japan or even Hong Kong, they come from China, where I would be surprised. I went to a very small part, Shenzhen. उसका इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर तो बॉम्बे से भी बेटर था. इतना अच्छा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर और इतनी दुखी आत्माएं. I went to न्यूजीलैंड. तो न्यूजीलैंड में क्या है? अच्छा, एक तो इंडियन टूरिस्ट को लोग फालतू में बदनाम करते हैं. अगर वो चाइनीज टूरिस्ट देख लें तो वो भूल जाएं हमें हमारी निंदा करना. मतलब इसमें फिर स्टैंडिंग इन द क्यू ना. अच्छा, हम थाईलैंड में रह के बहुत ज़्यादा पोलाइट हो जाते हैं क्योंकि थाई पीपल आर वेरी वेरी पोलाइट. ये एक बहुत बड़ा कल्चरल डिफरेंस है. वो बहुत प्यार से बात करते हैं. और अगर आप आज तक, मेरे बच्चे छोटे थे और मैं BTS ट्रेन ले रही थी, immediately they get up to give you a seat in the train. Because you're with a child. या कोई बुजुर्ग है, आप सिंगापुर, हांगकांग जाइए, कोई हिलेगा नहीं. They will not get up. उसमें अनाउंसमेंट होता रहता है, प्लीज इफ यू सी अ स्मॉल चाइल्ड और यू सी एन ओल्ड पर्सन, प्लीज गिव योर सीट. कोई नहीं देगा. but it does not happen in Thailand. So I've lived 20 years in Thailand, so I was a polite person and I've become even more polite and more conscious of it. So in New Zealand, अगर टॉयलेट की लाइन है और हम खड़े हैं, धक्का मारते हुए all over North New Zealand, Chinese भरे थे टूरिज्म में. अच्छा, क्योंकि अपने देश में पैसा ये खर्च कर नहीं पाते कम्युनिज्म की वजह से, जितनी लुई विटॉन प्राडा की दुकान थी ये चाइनीज ही वहाँ पे दिखते थे, हम तो से दूर से देख लेते थे. बट दैट इज ट्रू. एंड व्हेन इट सो if this is what you are growing in your country in terms of human resource, even you know that the worst condition of work conditions are in China, especially the laborers condition, the condition of farmers, उनके worst conditions हैं, तो कहीं तो लोगों में reflect होंगे. तो एक corporate, you know, I feel I'm so blessed कि I get to meet children and students जो बहुत अभी भी मन के साफ होते हैं, they're not covering up for their country and they're going through emotional things where I handhold them and try to teach them. This is a fact about China, and this is my first-hand experience. I have not read it anywhere. So that their happiness quotient is so bad, and Bhutan's happiness quotient I have seen with my eyes is the highest, and I still feel India, most Indians are also very happy, though we are not. We are quite deprived of lot of things, but we are much happier souls because of our intrinsic spiritual nature, चाहे वो religious reason हो. You have heard of this BBC writer, he used to, I forget his name, Mark Tully. Mark Tully. So I was reading an article on Mark Tully where an Indian is questioning him that why are you always justifying कि Indians त्योहार मनाते हैं, ये करते हैं, भूखे हैं, नंगे हैं, टॉयलेट्स नहीं हैं. मैं 20 साल पहले की बात कर रही हूँ. So I was reading that.
What do you understand by accountability? I want this team to talk about what do you understand by responsibility. I want this team to talk about what do you understand by ownership. Accountability, responsibility, and ownership. Now there are two teams who are here, and they need to give us a quick overview. This team will give a quick overview of the inaugural session, what Dr. Mahapatra gave, and his bullets. And this team will give us quick overview. What are the key learning from Kiran Bedi? So I need 3 bullets from you on accountability, 3 bullets from you on responsibility, 3 bullets from you on ownership, 3 bullets from you on Mahapatra's talk, 3 bullets from you from Dr. Kiran Bedi's talk. And now, when you are doing this exercise, there is a new leader, there is a new presenter, there is a new timekeeper, the roles will get changed. So the earlier leader will hand over the baton to the new one, and I repeat, accountability 3 to 4 bullets, what you understand. Responsibility 3 to 4 bullets, what you understand. Ownership 3 to 4 bullets, what you understand. Dr. Mahapatra, what he said, analyze his talk, give us 4 bullets of Dr. Mahapatra. And your team, give us 4 bullets of Kiran Bedi's talk. Let's take 8 minutes to discuss with ourselves. The flip chart is there. You will give on the flip chart 4 bullets each, and then we will make
setting the goal or growth? Goal direction. No, direction. Right or wrong.
go to Ashirwad ठीक ठाक बोलो. What's the name of your team?
Ashirwad.
What's the name of your team?
Ashirwad.
What's the name of your team?
Ashirwad.
Now, what was the subject? They have a new leader now.
Yeah.
By tomorrow evening, everybody has to have a new role. Who is the new president?
He will be the new president.
What was the topic given to you? What did Dr. Mahapatra gave us?
Takeaways from.
And what are the takeaways from Dr. Mahapatra's talk? Whether you give 3 or 4. Sir. Let's give attention to the presentation now.
Yeah. So contents are first is context of growth. So that content he given 3 information. First is vision. So in vision there are some points. What is the vision? Vision is setting the direction. What is leader do? Leader setting the direction, envision the future, and challenge the status quo, and change the opportunity. Challenge the opportunity. Yeah. Convert the challenges into opportunity. Second is character.
No, let's still look at vision. Vision was setting the direction.
Yes, very well.
When you have a vision, you set the direction of what needs to be achieved. And he said one word, it was purpose. Purpose. Purpose of our existing in the organization. Why I am here. What is my role? What is my goal? Again I go to what is my responsibility, accountability and ownership. So when there is a vision, what is that vision? And how do I envision the future? Because vision is not for today, vision is not for tomorrow, vision is not for day after, vision is for future. Do you know the vision of Coca-Cola? Coca-Cola is owned by Lala, am I right? Huh? Lala? His name was Mr. Coke. Huh. All companies were Lala companies. In India we say Lala. But Coke को Lala नहीं बोलते, वो multinational हो गई. Please understand. Coke को Lala नहीं बोलते, वो multinational हो गई. When Mr. Coke, please remember, when Mr. Coke 120 years back gave a vision. You know what vision he gave? The vision was given by him anywhere around the world. Anywhere around the world, if you feel thirsty, you should get a signage of Coke and you should get a Coke in hand. Okay? People said he's mad, it's not possible. But has that been made possible?
Yes.
I worked at a company, you can see my parquet pens here, and I worked for a Gillette company, shaving blade. King C. Gillette, 128 years back. उसे पहले उस तरह से शेव करते थे. He made 31 blades in the first year. He made 51 blades in the second year. Third year he made 251 blades. You know what statement he gave? He said, make something good, people will buy it. That is the power of Gillette company. So similarly, when you see Indian companies, say for example, you see Brijmohan Mujals, Honda, Hero Honda, which is now only Hero, not Honda. When Mr. Mujal became #1 company as Hero Honda, you know what he did? He removed all top 20 people from the scene. Top 20 people. And why I remember? The day his article came on Business Standard removing 20 people, same day my article of those days came along with Mr. Mujal. He removed 20 top people. You know what he did? All the 20 people, he gave them ancillaries, independent ancillaries to run. And he said, I will replace all 20 people by fresh blood because I have to maintain and enhance #1. That's my vision now. But he did not remove them. He married them, aligned them. That is a visionary. I was talking about Coke and Gillette. Why not about Brijmohan Mujal? Unfortunately, because nobody from Hero today, normally Hero people also come. So Mr. Brijmohan Mujal, who used to be actually on bicycle, he created 20 ancillaries and married them, and they are still running those ancillaries. Some of them are no more, their children are ancillaries, and they are 100% ancillary to Hero.
Yes.
And within the next 5 years, he became so strong, he told Honda, I don't need you, only Hero. That is the power of vision. Why I'm spending time here is, it is not only your company vision which is important. Your own personal vision is very important. That's why she says what? What's your personal vision? What do you want to do? What do you want to achieve? What's your purpose? It's not only organization. And then he says that Muhammad has challenged the
Opportunities.
The moment you are ready to challenge the opportunity, you see India-Pakistan match.
Yes.
You see India-Australia match. And 30 years back, you see Saeed Kirmani coming and hitting 40 runs within a short period of time, that time. And you see Eknath Solkar, night watchman.
That's right.
That was the world we were in. 5 days we used to sit in Ferozshah Kota, tu to paida hi nahi hua hoga. Ferozshah Kota, 5 days. And today we see 2020 match of agility. World is changing. So your vision will also change. How young are you?
I am 52.
Oh, 52. So, quite young. How young are you? 50. How young are you?
43.
43. Now look at this. My vision today, your vision today, and let's take a younger one. So how old are you? How young are you?
38.
38. His vision. Totally different. But how do you work? 55, 35, and there's nobody that youngster, 22, who enters in your company. They're like Harsh. Harsh enters from this background, enters as a fresh graduate into the company. And there's 35-year-old and there's 55-year-old. And we are talking about one vision. How do you align all the 3 levels with that vision, with your personal vision? So therefore, why I'm spending time here is that it is not only the company vision. You have to look at your own vision also. And once your own vision has some alignment and adaptability towards the vision, then only you get married. Otherwise, you don't get married. You will be a misfit. So that's what he said. And second, what he said?
Second is character. But leader should have the character. So it contains values, principle, solidarity, integrity, and empathy.
Absolutely. What does that mean? You saw the growth, success. What did he say? You may move from 10 crores to 50 crores to 100 crores. It's growth. You can go to the success. But finally, where are you? With spirituality and humility. Today, I don't earn for myself. I don't need to earn for myself. I need to earn for my team. But 30 years back, what was I doing? I had to have from a small 2-bedroom set in Patparganj, I wanted to build a koti. Please understand, everything changes with your time. I built the koti, 3-story koti. And there's nobody to stay in 3-story koti. Today I want to dispose it off. I'm telling you the truth of life. Because there are no children here in this country. And they will never come back to this country. And we have properties in North America today. So what has happened? But there was one thing for sure, which was values, principles, integrity, and empathy. Why I am talking about values? You have to give the right values to your own children, you have to give the right values to your own subordinates, and you have to create your own character that people will respect you what you are doing. In case while working on the visioning and moving forward in success, there is a question mark on your character, then you will not be respected as a leader. Empathy, not sympathy, empathy and values are very important. Why we say, even Manisha was just telling about values. We always say this future generation do not have that value system. Am I right? We keep saying this.
Yeah.
We keep telling this. Yesterday we had a discussion at 11th lunch. We had Dr. Asha Bandalkar, who is going to be joining tomorrow. We had a very good discussion yesterday on values. But Manisha is right. Don't question the values of your future generations. I think they are very clear what they want. We were not clear. But at the same time, when I talk about my values, we are a limited edition. Another 10 to 15 years, 20 years, gone. Another 20, 25 years, gone. There's going to be new. No, there's going to be new values.
It will continue like this.
It will continue like this. So therefore, when it will continue like this, but do you carry on something from your values? The roots. So character building is done by carrying it with your empathy, with your values. And the third one he said is
Action.
What does that mean?
Convert to actions.
Convert efforts into action.
Vision value to be reflected.
That is where blood, sweat, tears come in. And there is need of having a lot of hunger for action. अगर आप में hunger नहीं action की, कुछ भी possible नहीं. So that means, I'm questioning now everybody. Are we changing our DNA? Are we changing our DNA? No. Then what are you doing?
Studying.
We are aligning our DNA.
Aligning our
So that is the reason which I want to pass on a message, Dr. Manisha Bose and Achanyan. It may be tough to change DNA of anybody who is joining you under you, even your own son, who is all part of your DNA. But alignment of DNA is more important. Please do not try to change DNAs of people. They will not change. But the more you get them aligned to your thought process, on a purpose, on a mission, on a vision, you'll be able to. And then he said 3 C's. What was 3 C's?
Collective, corrective, and cumulative.
Collective, corrective, and
Cumulative.
cumulative. And he said 3 A's. Agility,
adaptability, alignment.
So when you talk about agility means speed of the day. How do you reach to the customer fast? How do you communicate fast? How do you align to customer needs fast? How do you deliver on the shop floor fast? That is the power of agility. And adaptability is when there is an issue, how do you quickly resolve the issue and adapt to the new need? And third one is alignment. How many years you are married? How many years? Strong fundamentals and values. अरे ये फोटो ले लो यार
एक साथ लेते हैं, इनको भी दे दो, एक साथ लेना तो बेटर लगेगा.
अब इनको देना नहीं था ना अभी 6 के 6.
What we are mentioning is own the accountability. That should be the part of leader's responsibility.
So you are saying own the accountability is the first step of accountability.
Yes.
There is a new word which has come up. Yeah, own the accountability.
Own the accountability.
So ownership is own the accountability. When you are not owning the accountability, you are not even ready for that. That's what I'm saying.
Accountability cannot be imposed.
Accountability cannot be imposed. Own the accountability. So accountability has to be within. That means I take complete ownership of my accountability. Is the statement this team is making. Very beautiful statement. This is a new learning for you. Own the accountability. Harsh, own the accountability. Next.
So that is equivalent to leaders equal to accountability.
So, DNA of leadership says own the accountability. Then you have a clear DNA of leadership. That's what you. I am actually praising what I am doing is I am actually trying to learn from all of you, and it is getting shared everywhere. Own the accountability. Number one. Next. Next.
The other one is accountability reflect trust.
Oh my God. The moment, please understand, the moment you are owning the accountability, people start trusting you. People start trusting you. And people start believing in you. As a leader, when you are taking the ownership of accountability of your purpose, vision, mission, values, people start trusting you. This is the man to be trusted. We'll talk about trust tomorrow. Trust, transparency, togetherness, leading to transformation. I think tomorrow we have that session. Beautiful.
The third point is related to this.
Yeah.
So leader leads from the front. So if there is any problem, something comes up, leaders take the responsibility. So that's when trust is being developed within the team.
Kabaddi, 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 kabaddi. That means the moment you are ready to rock, leadership is ready to go into the game of kabaddi like this. Kabaddi, 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 kabaddi. The leader goes, who follows? Who follows?
Team follows.
And when the team follows, the leader goes first. That means your role as a leader is to take the biggest initiative of owning the accountability. Unfortunately, in day-to-day working, we fear. And when we fear, we don't even try. When we don't try, though we have a responsibility, but we do not become accountable. We don't take accountability of our responsibilities. That is the beauty. Anything more to add?
Yes, in accountability, one of the very important elements is trust.
Yes.
Are there any other elements that is related to accountability
Yes,
besides trust?
Besides trust.
I mean, it's not trust alone.
It's not trust alone. What's the other one?
Anyone? Takes pride in making sure that that bathroom is spick and span always. Is he or she accountable?
Thank you.
Accountable of
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Because they take pride in the work that they do. But the other elements that I'm talking about is results.
Yes.
You see, trust.
Different.
What will happen to trust if you don't deliver?
Yeah.
It will slowly come your eyes and say, if I do this, will the trust increase? If I do this, will the trust decrease? If it decreases, don't do it.
I think
Don't
having right
risk it.
intention behind taking accountability is equally important.
That
Intention should
is
also
where the trust comes in.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So when you have a good intention, that's where the trust comes in.
Anything else? Any other elements?
Yeah.
We have trust, we have results, and they are very closely related. One more, please.
Relationship.
That is a part of it, but that's what I'm thinking about.
Attitude.
It is a part of it, but that's what I'm thinking about. I'm going to make it very clear. And that is
Clarity.
feedback.
Feedback.
Very
It's a part of communication. If you cannot do it and if you have issues, what do? You talk to your team, you talk to your people, you talk to your boss. Get the work done. You want results. What about effort? Is that good enough? Oh, I didn't sleep last night, but I cannot deliver today.
Result is.
Does it matter? The boss is saying, listen, I don't care whether you slept or not slept. I want the work done. So that's very important. So ladies and gentlemen, 3 key elements in accountability.
Trust.
I would say results,
Results.
feedback,
Feedback.
trust. And they were talking about feedback. And that's a part of communication, and I hope we get to do that tomorrow, Dr. Manisha. Excellent. So, any other elements you would like to add? Whatever you say is good, okay? But these are the 3 key.
Beautiful.
All right, done, sir? Anything else?
Good. And Acharya, the gifts you have to give it in a, take a picture, properly. She is taking.
Whom do I give, sir?
Anybody.
Anybody.
They
Okay.
will keep on.
Yes, please.
Tomorrow
Yes,
they
sir.
will. No, here, you have to see to picture.
Oh, okay.
Everybody will get.
Yes, sir.
So today somebody will get, tomorrow somebody will get.
Thank you.
Okay.
Next. So
Yes,
those who
please.
don't get
Yes,
today will get tomorrow. We have a mistress. Even if he may be a star yesterday, within 6 balls, what happens? He loses the stardom. Stardom is not permanent. Stardom is temporary. You are a star today. The moment you have done your role and you are not delivering what was expected from you, your stardom is gone. Somebody else's stardom is received.
On this, I would like to expand what you said earlier about responsibility and accountability. Accountability is the ability to give accounts of your responsibility.
Absolutely. That's the answerability. That is responding to your question.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
जब आपने account manager, this is a product. She is the account manager of this product. Why do we say in companies account manager? That means she is responsible for delivering that numbers to the company. She may remain account manager for some time. She may enhance the account manager to become account director, or she will be removed from this account manager responsibility within a short period of time.
Your attitude.
Ownership reflects your attitude. बताओ बॉस, ये तो सीखना चाहते हैं.
Basically, ownership
attitude will make you have reached one position, but a certain level high is needed so that you can move from this level to this level. And for reaching this level, you should have this attitude, so you can surpass what we have achieved till now.
Ownership is basically demonstrating the right attitude also.
So that means you are saying a person with a positive attitude and high attitude will have high ownership. Am I right?
That's right.
I'm not. Am I right? Beautifully said.
Just is the sweat, blood, and many ways.
Ownership is
blood in the air is hunger.
So ownership takes your blood, your sweat, and your tears.
So when you are on a journey of delivering a business formula, रोना पसीना, रोज आपका रोना
आना ही है, वो
आना ही
inevitable
है,
है, उससे
वो
आप-
इनएविटेबल है. अगर आपकी ओनरशिप में कमी रह गई, दैट मीन्स आपके ब्लड में कमी है, आपके पसीने में कमी. अगर आपको पसीना नहीं आ रहा वो एग्जीक्यूटिव, दैट मीन्स आपने ओनरशिप नहीं ली. ये कहना चाहते हो ना, मैं समझाना चाहता हूँ डीएनए क्या है. डीएनए में क्या है? सो आपके डीएनए में ओनरशिप है ऑफ द हाईएस्ट लेवल कि आप पागल हो जाते हैं, आप रात को सो नहीं पा रहे, आपको सपने में आ रहा है नंबर्स, आपको सपने में वो टीम आ रही है, आपको सपने में वो वेंडर आ रहा है, सपने में वो कस्टमर आ रहा है.
ओनरशिप का एक छोटा सा डोमेस्टिक
बिल्कुल दे दो.
बहुत ही छोटा सा.
नहीं छोटा बड़ा
आप
दो.
सब में से काफी लोग पेरेंटहुड में होंगे,
हाँ.
तो आप इमेजिन कीजिए आपका बच्चा नर्सरी में है, उसका स्कूल टाइमिंग खत्म होना है 1:30 बजे, आपकी ऑफिस मीटिंग चल रही है 1 बजे 1:15 तक, आपको पिक करना है बच्चे को और उसे पिक करने वाला आपके अलावा कोई नहीं, और आप वहाँ गए हैं, आपकी गाड़ी निकल नहीं सकती, ट्रैफिक जाम है. आपके अंदर पैशन है, आपके अंदर ओनरशिप है कि आप ही को अपने बच्चे को पिक करना है, तो आप पैदल भागेंगे, आप बसेस लेंगे, आप रोड क्रॉस करेंगे, कुछ भी करेंगे, लेकिन पहुंचेंगे 1:30 बजे कि मेरा नर्सरी का बच्चा
वेरी गुड.
जो आपके असाइनमेंट्स है वो एक नर्सरी का बच्चा ही होगा.
ही है।
तो आपको अपने असाइनमेंट्स के लिए उतनी ही मेहनत, उतनी शिद्दत दिखानी चाहिए जितना आप अपने किसी छोटे से।
अब इन्हें वर्ड इस्तेमाल किया शिद्दत।
शिद्दत
शिद्दत से जिस चीज को चाहे वो
कायनात
सो यही शिद्दत है। इसी को पावर ऑफ पागल बोलते हैं।
ये पावर ऑफ पागल,
ये पावर ऑफ पागल। वेरी गुड। सो ओनरशिप में पावर ऑफ पागल पर वो शिद्दत आएगा। Very good what he said.
I would like to give an example on the contrary of this.
Yeah.
I went to the bank, local bank here, no names. And I wasn't getting the services that I deserve. You know, I was talking, and there were a lot of customers. I said, listen, I want your undivided attention
towards me.
He could not give it. And I said, listen, I'm going to take my account and put it somewhere else.
Yes.
What does he tell me? Up to you.
Up to you.
Why?
I'm like this.
Why? I mean, that's the truth.
That's the truth.
And that's the way it is here. And most of us perhaps that have that mindset also. क्या फर्क पड़ता है?
Yes.
And that's totally opposite of
Absolutely.
taking the pain, being the owner.
Yeah, actually.
You see?
Now I will give an example in our Thailand. We have a bank, our Ashok Tower office. This is 4th floor office and ground floor is bank. My wife, she used to run my Thailand operation. She would never enter the bank. Bank manager will come to the office and deliver cash, even deliver a gift. Madam, thank you very much. You take care. Are you okay now? When did you come from Canada? Are you okay? This is your bank manager.
Having a service attitude.
And here I am a privileged customer of HDFC, privileged. NRE, NRO, both accounts. And you know, every day I struggle with HDFC. Every day. Every day. जो जितनी मैं उनको सुनाता हूँ ना, ट्विटर भी करता हूँ, ट्वीट भी करता रहता हूँ. But now, recently, when I कहाँ गए अनुश्री, when I enter myself the bank, they start shivering. And recently a new bank manager has come, and she was like this other day. She knows there's a bad experience over this. And that's a fact. You will never lose a customer by being ownership.
And over here, if I may expand a little bit, ownership reflects attitude. What is ownership?
What is ownership?
It's your behavior.
It's like after you, nobody's there.
Like thinking like an owner.
Yeah.
If you were the owner, how would you behave?
So like
And if you do that every time, what is happening? That behavior will change your mindset, and we call that attitude. Actually, attitude is your thinking. Now it could be the other way around also. Thinking, attitude can also reflect your behavior, influence your behavior.
Absolutely.
So really, let us begin with thinking and behaving like an
Owner.
And I tell you, you do this for 6 months and consistently.
Yes.
You will see a great success within yourself. 6 months. Just do it.
I was giving the example of HDFC, where you keep going and when I enter now, they get scared about it. And that's a fact. This is a difference of taking ownership. You big round of applause. Today 3 people will get, tomorrow 3 people will get. Okay? जिसको आज मिला उसको कल नहीं मिलेगा. ये याद रखो, सबको कुछ ना कुछ कैरी करना है. आज एक वीमेन पावर यहाँ पे है. अच्छा दिन. ये जो वीमेन पावर है. And she
not because of women. That's because of adding some good value.
Women power in any case we respect.
It has nothing to do with women or men. We are talking about professionalism.
Yes, okay. Let's put this in. We discussed about accountability. Now there is responsibility. Now let's look at this. But there is difference between the three. Zara dekh lijiyega.
So we had team challenges.
Team challenges.
And presenting on responsibility.
Yeah.
And the first point we made was like it is the job description of an individual employee.
बिल्कुल ठीक है. मेरी जॉब में लिखा है, ये मेरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है. मैं जब तक करता रहूँगा मेरी नौकरी सलामत रहेगी। जब मैं नहीं करूंगा राम नाम सत्य। Am I right? I am not sorry, don't take me wrong. गेल से कुछ लोग हैं, कोई पब्लिक सेक्टर से हैं, NBCC से कोई है, NBCC से कोई है। आजकल even in public sector, there is huge amount of responsibility and accountability. Am I right?
Yes.
NBCC में अगर कोई भी चीज गलत हो, गेल की कहा, गेल के today 20 years back, no. How many years in Gale? 33 years in Gale. Lifetime employment. So, today even in public sector, the moment you see your JD and your responsibility is something you do it, keep doing it, fine. The moment you stop doing it, you're gone. Thank you very much. You will understand that. See the difference between accountability and responsibility ownership now. Next.
Point 2 is technical duties assigned as per the educational qualification.
Oh, because you got a job, you are a B, or you are a chartered accountant, or you are an MBA child, so your job role is designed according to that. That's your responsibility. Beautifully said. Are you making a difference between responsibility, accountability, and ownership?
Yes.
Okay.
Roles and expectations assigned as per the hierarchy. In the
Absolutely. Assistant manager, deputy manager, general manager, additional general manager, and we create between manager and general manager 5 levels earlier. Even when I was in India in 2003, so I had assistant manager, deputy manager, manager. Then I created senior manager. Then I was told, नहीं, मेरी बच्चे की शादी है. फिर हमने किया assistant general manager. फिर किसी ने बोला थोड़ा सा फिर किया additional general manager. फिर किया general manager. Between the manager and general manager create you 5. आज की डेट में levels ही खत्म है. No manager, only leader. Only leader. और उस जमाने में 5 डेजिग्नेशन यहाँ रखते थे. क्यों? साहब एक काम करो, मुझे पैसे की जरूरत नहीं है, मेरे को जरा जनरल मैनेजर बनाओ तो मेरी बेटी की शादी होने वाली है. ये बोलते थे उस जमाने में 20 साल पहले. आज नहीं बोलेंगे. आज कहेंगे बॉस तनख्वाह बढ़ाओ, नहीं तो मैं निकल जाऊंगा. I need more money. There's a difference of approach of what was 20 years back. Today people are working only for money, and they are not on a lifetime employment. No. Even if your son is working somewhere, 4 companies already changed. 4 years. 4 companies. इससे ज़्यादा आपको difference नहीं मिलेगा. Next.
Agility, sir.
It is ownership towards a particular job task assigned.
जो जॉब दिया है, इसीलिए 3I बुदाज करना पड़ेगा. जॉब जो दिया है, उसको करने के लिए अपना काम करता जाऊंगा. इंक्रीमेंट मिले या ना मिले, एफिशिएंसी बार EB होता था उन दिनों. क्या होता है? EB, एफिशिएंसी बार लग गया. क्या नौकरी सलामत है मेरे, दादाजी खुश हैं. Please understand, we are now going to the last one, which is Kiran Bedi's this thing. We have created a very clear understanding of difference between responsibility, ownership, accountability. Am I right? महापत्रा का तो एक definition था. पर तीनों में difference clear आ गया आपकी? Have you understood? So, मैं आपसे पूछना चाहता हूँ. Would you become a great leader with responsibility only? Huh?
Combination of all.
No, with responsibility, no. You will become a great leader with somewhere responsibility,
Accountability.
ownership, and on the top of it, accountability. And the moment you start delivering performance, the trust of yours towards vendors, customers, internal becomes increased. नहीं फोटो देखो ना फोटो.
ये तो वो तुरंत आ जाते हैं, तो रुका करें.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, so my came from what I understood.
Yeah.
The 3 things which you talked about was that in everyone's life, family is very important.
Yeah.
Then second thing is we need to keep learning
Yes.
constantly.
Yes.
And then is the health is very important. And if the support of family is there, we can go on. And if we are right, we know that our family support is there, we can take risk because the family is with us.
So health, family, and third one?
Continuous learning.
Continuous learning. Even if we take only these three with us, your health, every day you are doing your exercise, every day you are making sure that you are healthy so that you don't have any diseases and you are here and happy. The moment you are healthy every day, what becomes? Your performance becomes the same. Second, you are taking care of your family, not only at home. The family is in the office, in your workplaces. And third one is what? Continuous learning. Every day, every day, every day are you learning something new. So, sharpening the axe, every day, sharpening your axe. By this time, 5,300 people have already seen the tweet of Kiran Bedi on the Twitter. She has already tweeted. And you know how fast she is. DNA of Leadership with DK_Bakshi, this global talent. Already 5,500 people have already seen. I just went out, already seen. She is agile, she is fast, and she has communicated to the world what I spoke there. It's already there. So health, family, and
Continuous learning.
Beautiful.
Your spouse.
Oh.
Yes or no? Let us be frank about it. I don't. Go back home and tell your wife, you know, it's not me, it's Dr. Bakshi who has told me to do this. So don't blame me. So when you go back home.
One more thing. Like what he said is that not yet. Okay. In our company, there is one of our DNA. We call it not yet.
And no more, no more. Everything is now. The power of now.
Now.
And I tell you what, there is a research by Harvard University, and they say that couples, spouses, you know, that leave home and hug their husband, may I?
Husband and wife.
Husband and wife. Before they leave for their office.
Yeah.
They're
Productivity increase.
90% more successful than
Productivity
those who don't.
increase.
So if you want to be successful, if you want to be happy, and if you want to be truly a professional, do it. And I tell you, it's a perfect excuse because it's Dr. Bakshi that has instructed you. You can blame it on him. Would that be all right, sir?
Bilkul, go ahead.
Yeah. Why not? For the best thing.
I
The
still do
second
it.
thing, improving yourself. It's a little thing that make a big difference.
Absolutely.
My son is a great footballer. In fact, he has a professional football team in Thailand called Siam, Siam Football Club. You know, Siam FC. He hates reading. What do I do when he was going to school, when he was young? I said, listen, son, you know, I pester you, you know, I tell you to read every day, and you get upset. And I don't feel good either, you know, to be pestering you every day. Why don't we do this? We set up a clock, we read 10 minutes together every day.
Wow.
10 minutes, huh? And no more, I said, you know, Boy Scout birds. So every evening, we set the clock for 10 minutes and I would read. In the beginning, I would read one word, he read one word. I read one word, he read one word. When he grew older, I read one sentence, he read one sentence. After that, we read one paragraph, he reads one paragraph. And it went on. But what I have created is the habit of reading. And because of this reading of 10 minutes, in fact, it went more, you know, because he started enjoying. After 1 year, how much has he read? 3,650 minutes.
Wow.
Much more reading than his friends.
Yeah.
And after 10 years,
Oh my God. 30,000.
36,000 minutes. So he became first in his class.
Wow.
But it all began with only 10 minutes a day. And I tell you, and I challenge to you all, you want to improve, talking about education, learning something new
Yeah,
every evening before you go to bed, before you go to sleep. Okay, first hug your hubby or your wife and then say, I need to read for 15 minutes. Because Dr. Manisha instructed us, because if we don't read, she's going to punish us. Okay, so you read for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, do it. And I promise you, one day when I come back, I'll see you at the top of your organization. And the moment you get there, please do not forget the three of us.
Yeah.
We'll come in for coffee.
Yeah.
Deal?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay, done.
All the best and three eye Abuda lagao. I have to align this everything to that now. It has come up very well.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Dr. Bailey spoke initial is if you do the work with the correct intent.
Yes, please. Yes, sir. They said.
Sales, field sales, you go to the office, the responsibility, you do it, you leave in time, go home, thank you, and come next day, you keep repeating the same thing all the time. You are controller of it. In this job, what you are doing under control management, you will remain there only in the same role for a longer time in case company thinks that's fine, yeah, वो काम अपना कर रहा है, मुझे तो disturb नहीं करना. But in case your company is vibrant, agile, business oriented, and has a different vision, has urgency to deliver to the customer, they may not keep you in that role for a long time. You will be out of the job sooner or later. But in case you are working sincerely and the company is also an ordinary company where they will keep that person, fine, you may live for another 10, 15 years. But in case there is an agile organization, in case there is an organization which needs growth, not a long time. Increment की तो बात ही नहीं है. Salary increase नहीं होगा. वही होगा जो आपको मिल रहा है. Nothing else you will. That is Buddha's first eye. There are a lot of people who remain in this job for a longer time and they pass their lives.
Comfortability.
There are people in this system. In government of India, in government, there used to be many people. They retire at the same level, nothing new. I don't know. Please, I am questioning you now. After accountability, responsibility, and ownership, discussion what we have done under DNA of leadership, are you the one to be in the first eye of Buddha control management? In case you are still there, better take control of yourself. This is not going to be finally your life. Because the world has changed, environment has changed, everything has changed. This is the first eye of Buddha. Now when I go to the second eye of Buddha, which talks about incremental management, this way you can get an increment in salary. Okay, let me talk about it. There, from this responsibility mode, you are moving to consistent growth. Consistent growth can come only when you take ownership and accountability. Am I right? And try to combine that, whatever we talk. And commitment towards organization. Again, it's going to accountability. Am I right? And the third one, continuous improvement of people, processes, products, profitability, performance. क्या बोला ना? Continuous improvement on people, processes, products, performance, profitability. जब आप 5P को continuous improvement करते हैं, you are supposed to get an increase. That's incremental management. So you move from a control management to an incremental management with the power of consistent growth. Consistent growth in what? Your knowledge, your wisdom, spreading your knowledge, making others to be part of your knowledge, and increasing 5Ps. What are 5Ps? People, processes, products, performance, profitability, and of course pride also. Check here. Then probably the company can think and say, no, this guy is adding value to my company. We need to think about this guy. Na dekha gaya hai.
Diversity.
Innovation.
Product diversity.
Disruptive changes. Disruptive.
Absolutely different. Never heard in the company, never seen in the company, never done in the company. Something new. Unknown, unheard, unbelievable also. ये हो ही नहीं सकता, ये हो गया. ये हो नहीं सकता, ये हो गया. Then you are moving to the breakthrough management. With second point is not a team building. Alone in that corner you cannot do anything. Alone in that corner you cannot do anything. You need team to do it. So when you have a team of people, where is the football? आजकल कुछ सामने भी नहीं है, football भी नहीं है, where is the football? So when I have a team, अंदर रखने का क्या मतलब है यार? Come on. What is the point of keeping inside? Oh yeah, बड़ी बॉल भी नहीं है. कल कहते हैं, कल जगह खुली हुई है. Tomorrow we get a big space, so we are going to play tomorrow. Now this is your soccer game. In a soccer game, it's a matter of just 1 second or 2 seconds and the goal. Am I right? 1 second and 2 seconds. In case you do not give this ball to your player, somebody else will go to dribble you and take the ball from you and can goal you. Snatch. That's breakthrough management. But that can happen in breakthrough management only when you have a team of people, soccer team, a team who is available for you for passing the ball and going to the goal. You cannot do it alone. You need a team, Team India. And the third one is not only the team. One, you should be aware about your capabilities and you should be able to co-create with people. So you should see that in my other team, there are people with whom I cannot compete but collaborate. Co-creation. I am in the airline business, he is in the airline business. Can we co-create? Don't do competition with me. Let's do a collaborative effort. Your strength, my strength, both strengths go to the market will create havoc. Am I right? These are, I just give an example. So your strength and my strength, because what strengths you have, I don't have. What strengths you have, I don't have. What strengths I have, probably you don't have. But in case we can co-create, even if we are from a different team, we can move to the breakthrough management. I will show you an example. 0709 2023. Look at this example of breakthrough management. Now, how does it happen? It happens when you have a passion of performance. live example, which we have done as an organization. And how does it happen? Because you create a vision. I'm just connecting now to that vision exercise here. We create a purpose. Everybody is sad. E for 3, 2, 1. 0, 7, 0, 9, 2, 3, 0, 9, 2, 3, 0, 9, 2, 3, 0, 9, 3. Now see, look at everybody side. Close this. Now what did you hear? 0, 7, 0, 9, 2, 0, 2, 3. We created a deadline to create something. In 2021. Hello? This project was in shambles. In 21, immediately after COVID was over, we created this. Look at this driver, what he's talking about. Even everybody was involved. Look at this.
What is this?
What is this?
What is this? Tell me. What is this?
07092023, one team, one dream.
One team, one dream.
One dream. Oh, what is one dream, one team?
Close.
You know, 0,
07, even on the car. Hello? Even here. Hello? Even here. Hello? Even here. Hello? Even here. Hello? Bathroom. Even here. Hello? Even the dinner set 070920. Communication पे बात करेंगे तो. So the moment you created that vision, how do you create action plan of converting that vision into 07092023? Tomorrow I'll give you another example. Today I will give you because there is one more example I'll give you. Okay, we'll give tomorrow. Oh, today we don't have time. Forget it. So what did I try to do? Go to Buddha. I am again getting into where do you stand? Where do you stand? And we are talking about communication. Am I right? We are talking about dedication, you said. Am I right? And we are talking about delivery of performance. Am I right? We are talking about engagement, she talked about. And we are talking about excitement in leadership. We are talking about faith, which is trust, and we are talking about firmness. We are talking about genuineness of leadership, and we are talking about great leadership. We are talking about high potential, and we are talking about harmonization. We are talking about initiative, and we did talk about intention. Clear? Are you seeing what you are doing? See, क्या कर रहे हो आप सुन रहे हो क्या कर रहे हो? We are talking about joy. We are talking about jack of all trades, with master of all trades. We are talking about leadership knowledge, and we are talking about kindness. In leadership, we are talking about love, and we are talking about leveraging. In leadership, we are talking about motivation. In leadership, we are talking about, बोलो तो सही, management. अभी तो मैंने management के 3 आइज दे दिए. We are talking about nurturing. Today she talked about nurturing, and we are talking about what? Understand what? What? Quick. Quick and natural leadership. We are talking about optimistic leadership, and we are talking about opportunity. We are talking about passion, and we are talking about performance. Of course, Pagalpan also. We are talking about quality of performance, and we are talking about voice of performance. Leadership, we are talking about results, and we are talking about relationship. Yes, we are talking about our strengths, and we are talking about synergy we talked about. Already you talked about. We are talking about talent, and we are talking about team. You are talking about uniqueness, and you are talking about unity of a team. We are talking about victory, and we are talking about velocity, that is agility. We are talking about wisdom, she said, and we are talking about working on areas of improvement, not weaknesses. We are talking about yardstick, and we talk about youngishness in you, always young. We are talking about zeal in you, and we talk about zero mistakes, 6 Sigma. This is what the area of leadership is. Many things you have already covered, and many things you will cover tomorrow. And I said, I hope you understood what I said, but I am not sure what you heard is what I said. Therefore, I would like each one of you to talk together. A for? A for? B for? B for? C for? C for? D for? D for? E for? E for? F for? F for? G for? G for? H for? High potential. H for? I for? I for? J for? J for? K for? K for? L for? L for? M for? M for? N for? N for? O for? O for? P for? P for? Q for? Q for? R for? R for? S for? S for? T for? T for? U for? U for? V for? V for? W for? W for? Y for? Y for? Z for? Z for? In case you are able to make your DNA of leadership clear from A to Z, what you have captured last 5 to 7 minutes, you're done, sir. You need not to do anything. Each and every word spoken here is part of your performance factors for your future life. It is only where you will have to see where do I am strong, where do I need more knowledge, wisdom, alignment, and where I am not good and pick up something. This formula of A to Z, which you created in 5 minutes, is a formula of DNA of leadership. I don't think we need to do anything on DNA of leadership in case we are clear between A to Z. Achan, you want to add something?
Yeah, well, yes and no.
Extreme work, extreme performance. So, what is the difference between ordinary and extraordinary? Now he caught me here. Only?
Extra.
What extra? Extra work, extra talent, extra performance, extra people practices, extra better processes, extra benchmarking, extra profitability, extra parliament. Extra parliament. Once you have that, you become extraordinary. Otherwise, everybody is ordinary. Only some people have extraordinary attitude of striking the ball at the right time to have a goal. एक लड़की थी, वो पता है जंप कर गई और कहाँ से उसे बॉल लेकर आई दिखा दो, कहाँ से? सी extra ordinary, extra पागल Look at it. Ball कहाँ डाली? Look at this. Acha, you made me write this extraordinary, see extraordinary performance.
Oh, goodness. What a performance.
This is extraordinary. Now, before I leave, you to think, she's in the air. See? She's putting the ball in the side. Listen. Look at massage. Look at massage. Because since morning you have been waiting, somebody told me in TV, where's massage? Where's massage?
पर गर्व करता है और आपकी इस मेहनत ने बहुत कुछ सिखाया भी। और जैसा मुझे बताया सब साइंटिस्टों ने, अगर फिर से कम्युनिकेशन शुरू हुआ फिर तो ये बहुत सारी चीजें हमें देता है। तो होप फॉर द बेस्ट। मेरी तरफ से आपको बहुत बधाई है। बहुत उत्तम सेवा की है आपने देश की। आपने बहुत बड़ी सेवा की है विज्ञान की और आपने बहुत बड़ी सेवा की है मानव जात। इस पड़ाव से भी हम बहुत कुछ सीख रहे हैं। आगे भी हमारी यात्रा जारी रहेगी और मैं पूरी तरह आपके साथ हूं। हिम्मत के साथ चले। और आप ही के पुरुषार्थ से फिर से देश खुशी मनाने लग जाएगा, मुझे विश्वास है। विश ऑल द बेस्ट। थैंक यू।
This is blood, this is sweat, this is tears with hunger. You know, of course, this is that massage what we did this morning. I wanted to close my program with this massage. And every time you keep massaging your people, whether you are partners, whether you are vendors, whether you are customers, whether you are subordinates, whether you are bosses. Again, I'm not saying that you do a physical massage. Next.
Lead by example.
Lead by example. Next, lead by example. Yes, sir. Write in team members. Next.
Self-evaluation. Self-evaluation.
Self-evaluation. Very good.
Health is important.
Health.
Health. Improvement. No, important.
Health and?
Important.
Health is important. Very good. Next.
Purposeful networking.
Purposeful networking. Wow. Acharya Nahi. Give a big round of applause. Here, 9:30 sharp we start. Only thing is before leaving, please take t-shirt. Tomorrow morning, you should be in the yellow t-shirt, which is being given to each one of you. Wear that t-shirt. Take your size. I think all sizes are available. Are you available? Right, sir. Ready. Thank you very much.
Sleep well and have a good dream. Good night. Take care. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
मेरी तरफ क्या देख रहे हो? मैंने कुछ कही क्या?
Thank you.
हम साइड से बात कर रहे हैं।
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.